It's the NFL on EA Sports, and everyone's watching Kenneth Gainwell. He's one of the highest scoring backs in the league, ranking 5th in rushing touchdowns. It's the Lions and the Vikings, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Here's the former Florida Gator, Eddie Pinheiro, to get us started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
Yeah, he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Purdy now to throw. They'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
That's good for the Lions.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They go play action here. Purdy. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Danico Autry, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Open man is Barner, the tight end. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. In motion goes the tight end. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's to his running back, Gainwell. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Here's Purdy. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. And And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
2 yards to go, second down.
8 yards. Pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 26-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. He completes it right side of lane. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And some room to maneuver. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Joseph Osai. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Darnold. A short throw taken in by a Concord. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Here now a 3rd and 20. Here's Darnold. In trouble, and he's taken down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. The Lions offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's off to a fast start throwing the football. Pretty good numbers already for just the first quarter of play. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
On the counter, it's Gainwell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Purdy. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. And here's Trenton Gill on to punt. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 5. Darnold. It's caught. This is White. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Chark, the motion man right. To throw is Darnold. Connecting here with Chark on the out route. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up.
Now White lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The Lions at 8-8 now on the year. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Khalil Mack. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
They were the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
3rd and 19. Purdy. Under pressure, and they got to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
Well, how about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by White. They'll get this to the 24, and it's second down. A gain of 3, second down. We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now a give up the middle. This is White. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. Back to throw, Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. 2nd down and a yard. Coleman, the man in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. They stay on the ground with White. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. He's got White here. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. They run straight ahead here with White. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle by Nakobe Dean. Here's 2nd and 10. Read option. This is White. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 1st and goal from the 3. White. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard. That's all. Down to the 2. From the 2 now. 2nd and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
White is in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And able to get this out to the 25. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
At the 29-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy. Drops this one down to Gainwell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And the Lions first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Purdy looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Second and 5 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw again. To the left side, into the hands of Adunze. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line.
That's good for the Lions. First down.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's now second and 10.
Purdy now to throw. This complete to Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Got his open man. It's Mallory. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now a second and 2.
At the 12-yard line.
Purdy will look to throw again here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Lions are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run here with Gainwell. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's Purdy. Toward the pylon, caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Bigsby is in for a Lions touchdown.
And you can bet when they were in that huddle, there was definitely some urgency because I'm sure they were saying to each other, we got to push this one in right now so we don't have to run this on 4th down, and there'll be extra bodies in the hole. That's excellent work there at the point of attack. All it takes is one little crease as he fights his way into the end zone.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. That's taken in. Dontavian Wicks. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade and Orkin. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
They start the drive here with Gainwell.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Out of the gun, Purdy. He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. Now Purdy.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it. And the
Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Looking downfield for Jones. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Charlie Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Darnold.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep.
Jones has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Darnold to throw again. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he's got this down to the 35. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Pinheiro is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where you see the final score there. Kareem Hunt, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Commanders. Jordan Love leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Bo Nix, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He was on point, throwing a touchdown pass to help his guys take the lead into the break.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
2 yards still to go. Third down now. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get a third down conversion. They give to White on the option. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now it's Darnold. He'll get that out to the flat to White. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw, Darnold. Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Lions offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Open man is Barner, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Purdy will set up to throw it here. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Coleman. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Throwing here, Purdy. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Myers' kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go with White on the counter. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Darnold. Got his man, Okonkwo. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Darnold now to throw. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Darnold. That's complete to Wicks. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's Darnold. He gets that one complete to Wicks. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. 1st down, here's White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Rashad White, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. The Vikings offense and running back Rachaad White set to take over again. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying, but nothing that they have done has worked so far. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the 1st down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
This will be caught at about the 6. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. They can still get a 1st down without scoring. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. The chart goes in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Purdy. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
A like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Shotgun now with Purdy. Looking middle, and that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. There goes a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Opting to run again here with White. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Now Darnold. Complete to Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. Touchdown, Vikings. Zay Jones, 41 yards. And the Vikings get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Another shot now for this Lions offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. He'll check this one down to Gainwell. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now Purdy. This one complete to Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
23 yards on the play. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Roma Dunze.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
The chart goes in motion left.
Here's Darnold.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll go up the middle with White. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Running out of the gun with White. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
Chark the motion man right.
Darnold from the gun. That one complete. He finds Shark. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Darnold. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Phillips.
And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Purdy looking to throw.
It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Detroit.
Keon Coleman, 43 yards. And the Lions have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The Lions offense set to take over. And they've got it 1st and goal at the 3. What a place to start. Gainwell will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Again, it'll be Gainwell.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
They'll try to surge ahead with Gainwell.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 31-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Vikings offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Able to connect with Chark. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Darnold. He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. One last throw now for Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's in for the touchdown with the clock reading 000. And the extra point, if they hit it, will send this thing to overtime.
Brandon, we've seen this many times before. They've got the momentum. They just scored. Go for 2 and end this thing now.
Now for the all-critical extra point. He's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as a quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
On the draw, here's White. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Darnold, his first throw in overtime. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, this defense, Charles, we know how good they are, but they've been beat a couple of times in this game. However, they got the latest laugh.
And how about the way they hung in there? Because you're exactly right. They're not used to being dented as they've been so far in this game. But what they just did there with that pick 6, that's the equivalent of what was happening to them. They're throwing touchdown passes against them. Okay, we'll take one back against you.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Detroit,
they do get the victory that pushes them over 500 for the season as they finish at 9-8.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Vikings,
the loss could be an impactful one as they'll finish at 11-6 on the year.
And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.